Menanam pohon di daratan atau menanam terumbu karang di laut? Tiga, dua, satu.
Menanam terumbu karang di laut. I love
Oke.
corals. Mhm.
Iya, itu
Especially
juga.
back in Manado, kita banyak sekali. We used to have a lot of corals di dekat-dekat Bunaken
Oh.
gitu.
Hai
Halo
Comedians.
Comedians, balik lagi nih sama aku Samuel dan
Amel.
Yes di The Conversation. Hari ini bintang tamunya luar biasa. Ada Kak Evan Kaloh dari PPI Filipina. Kita bakal banyak bahas tentang perubahan iklim nih dan apa aja yang udah dilakuin di Filipina. Jangan lupa nonton di mana Mel?
Roxy the Breathing Coin.
Daripada lama-lama, yuk kita simak selengkapnya sekarang juga. Halo Climate Guardians, balik lagi di The Conversation. Hari ini kita kedatangan Kak Evan. Kak Evan, sebelum kita ngobrol-ngobrol, boleh dong diceritain nih backgroundnya mulai dari awal sampai kuliah ke Filipina dan kenapa sih tertarik ke isu perubahan iklim, Kak?
Terima kasih Kak. Jadi nama saya Evan Kaloh. Dari kecil saya sekolahnya di Manado sebenarnya. Baru pindah ke Jakarta dan sekarang lagi belajar di Filipina karena orang tua saya juga dulu belajar di sini. Dan dari kecil, memang dari SD, kita pelajari tentang apa perubahan iklim, that our generation itu yang harus mengatasi masalah itu dari tanamin dia punya pohon, dari bikin poster. So I got really excited when I was asked to talk about um, environmental issues di sini.
Oke, Kak Evan, aku mau nanya nih, bagaimana Kak Evan tuh ngelihat kondisi isu lingkungan yang paling mendesak di Indonesia saat ini?
Nah, kalau di Indonesia, from my own study at least, Indonesia used to be the country with the third largest country with the most rainforests, trees, and jungles. And nowadays, kita udah decline in that area. That, of course, deforestation is a big issue now. So that leads to more carbon emissions, but it's very reasonable in my point of view because we need to make more space for people, lebih banyak apa ya, pekerjaan for most of the population. So it's a bit of a hard thing to say because it's a bit of a hard thing to decide between both because it's a good thing that we're cutting down the forest because more people can live. Tapi it's affecting our climate in the worst way possible.
Oke, Kak Evan tadi kan Kak Evan udah mention isu lingkungan ini salah satu isu yang penting nih dan perlu banget kita komunikasiin. Menurut Kak Evan, komunikasi gimana sih yang biar kayak orang Indonesia itu bisa lebih aware tentang perubahan iklim, terus lewat media apa aja sih kira-kira?
Nah, just for communication wise, of course, sekarang nowadays udah banyak Instagram account, bikin poster-poster, di story sekarang udah banyak, kebanyakan it's short form infographics where people are taught how to recycle, to plant more trees, to choose better options. But in this way, people need to recognize that their lifestyle uh, is very much dependent. It is affecting our climate because we're choosing things that are hurting our environment. We're supporting companies or we're supporting businesses that in turn are of course causing deforestation. Mereka pakai apa ya? Single-use plastics kayak gitu. And so I think the people need to be aware that your everyday actions, even the smaller actions, as in just choosing to buy from a place or company, affects how our climate is doing nowadays.
Oke, Kak Evan kan ini juga sambil kuliah di Filipina ya. Aku mau
Yeah.
tanya nih, kalau antara Indonesia dan Filipina itu ada nggak sih kayak kerjasama atau kolaborasi untuk mengatasi isu perubahan iklim apapun bentuknya? Kalau ada, boleh dong diceritain ke kita nih.
Yeah. So this is actually one of the things I'm super excited to talk about karena it happened earlier this year. Pas Januari antara Filipina sama Indonesia mereka membuat MOU yaitu Memorandum of Understanding where they are able to check each other especially regarding the renewable energy. So we're creating a goal wherein we'll be able to collaborate within the future to have cleaner energy to move dari fossil fuels, dari using coals, to using electricity. Nowadays in the Philippines actually, they're building wind turbine kayak gitu dengan solar panel di sekitar northern part or northern region of the Philippines. So hopefully in the future we'll be able to move in that transition, into that transition.
Wah, itu menarik banget. Itu kan kita bahas tentang
Iya.
kolaborasi kerjasamanya ya, Kak. Aku mau nanya sih sebenarnya agak lebih dalam mungkin ke public policy. Ada nggak sih di Filipina mungkin yang public policy yang mungkin bisa dibawa ke Indonesia, kita bisa pelajarin atau misalkan bisa dipakai di Indonesia biar orang-orang itu lebih aware tentang perubahan iklim?
Ya. Jadi untuk seluruh Filipina saya masih kurang tahu, tapi for our province here in the Philippines at least, nearby mereka udah putting in the practice where they only use reusable bags, eco bags. Mereka udah gak kasih yang single use plastics seperti itu banyak di Indonesia juga. Tapi I'm hoping that even the smaller communities di sini di pasar-pasar kayak gitu mereka udah suruh bawa sendiri. Kalau enggak harus pegang gitu. Atau mereka pakai koran gitu demi newspaper. And so I hope that for Indonesia especially, we can apply that even to the smaller communities. In my major, actually, development communication, kita pelajari SDG, and we were able to learn that that change itu mulai dari orang-orang yang biasa yang di komunitas gitu, at the grassroots level. So for me personally, if we were to apply a policy, it's helping the people in the villages or people wherever they are to use less plastic or make better choices for themselves.
Wah, menarik. Tapi sebelum kita lebih jauh nih, aku mau kasih tahu dulu ke Climate Guardians. Climate Guardians ini yang suka nonton The Conversation, Kak. Bakal ada
Iya.
giveaway nanti. Tapi tungguin dulu, tonton dulu sampai akhir, nanti bakal disampaikan sama. Nah, nggak cuma aku yang penasaran dan mau tanya-tanya, Amel juga mau nanya. Boleh nih, Bang. Amel mau nanya apa sih ke Kak Evan?
Halo Kak Evan, atau di Filipina bilangnya mabuhay atau enggak? Atau yang lain?
Iya, mabuhay. Aku datang ke sini bilang-bilang mabuhay, tapi mereka bingung kadang-kadang. Tapi ya,
Jadi di
kayaknya
sana
aksen saya.
not that common ya, berarti.
Not that
Tapi
common.
ya tetap
Yeah.
aja untuk the Philippine audience mabuhay.
Mabuhay.
Kita dari Roxy gitu kan. Ini pertama kali
Iya.
nih gitu kan. Kalau dari aku mau lebih tanya terhadap kayak kalau menurut Kak Evan, peran teknologi and innovation dalam misal mendukung upaya mitigasi dan adaptasi terhadap perubahan iklim di Philippines and in Indonesia tuh menurut Kak Evan tuh gimana? Is it are you already satisfied with it or gimana?
In terms of that question, untuk teknologinya, I think it's very hard to implement in both countries because we have to consider that these people are using the land for agriculture, but we need to have this land also to be able to create technology that will be able to help us in general. So one of the things that I think me personally I'm advocating for is the cleaner energy. And it is a big issue here in the Philippines is pollution through the transport system, yaitu seperti transportasi umum. Di sini kebanyakan orang lebih memilih ambil transportasi umum karena mahal sekali kalau mau commute dari kemana-kemana. So a big thing is we have to consider that the people need the land better and we need to prioritize what the people need. Sometimes the technology is getting in the way because there are other things that we need to recognize so that the people have a better life in general. But of course, like technology-wise, we're becoming very advanced thanks to Western countries and collaborations, especially dari UN. Mereka udah bantu membangun itu solar panel that I mentioned before, the wind turbines, and we're helping to use more vehicles atau transportasi yang menggunakan electricity gitu.
Oh ya, iya sih. Maksudnya kayak technology can be a double-edged sword, but
Yes.
melihat perkembangannya mungkin we should see more positivity in it lah ya, in terms of fighting climate change. Terus aku juga mau tahu menurut Kak Evan, ada nggak sih tantangan besar yang dihadapi both countries, Indonesia and Philippines, dalam menjalankan kebijakan-kebijakan lingkungan dan perubahan iklim?
Hmm, jadi tantangan yang paling besar kayaknya from what I've seen is that we always talk about the big plans like yang
Mm-mm.
penting kita transisi dari fossil fuels ke electricity. But most of the people don't know what to do. A lot of the people here also, not in my university at least, or when we're talking, when we say we need to segregate atau kita harus pisahin sampah kita kan,
Yep.
mereka kurang tahu residual itu apa, biodegradable itu artinya apa. It's the small little information that we need to be able to spread around. More people need to be informed, lebih kepada edukasi gitu ya. So
Mm-mm.
they really need to be able to know what to do in their own lives. So they need to make the better choices, like of course picking better vehicles or choosing better routes or supporting companies that are using less plastic. Those are the ways that we need to be able to inform the people. So participation in the community, partisipasi, because the people have the power. Kekuatannya semua itu di rakyatnya. So we have to be able to recognize that the authorities and, of course, the people need to work together on this.
Yeah, but, I mean, like education is really big thing in terms of
Yeah.
public awareness juga kan. Nah,
Mm.
terus knowing that berarti pendidikan dan is a big thing dalam mendukung upaya perlindungan lingkungan. Nah, in terms of Philippines sendiri and Indonesia sendiri, menurut Kak Evan, is it already already good enough atau need more, or if we need more education on it, mulai dari mana ya kira-kira gitu?
I think for me, what is it called? Education-wise, both countries are doing very well. Actually, in the Philippines, mereka ada program yaitu dari government-nya, namanya NSTP. And there they have a class yang memang environmental awareness, to be able to clean up after yourself, to be able to recognize what your trash, where your trash is going, what is happening to it, and also being able to choose better options. So they're having that also. Dan saya sendiri pas belajar di Indonesia, kita selalu diajarin, make sure to use less plastic, or overall just remember that climate change is a big issue and we always need to be raising information about it. But specifically, I think the people need to know that, what's it called? Their choices, of course, are always affecting other people around them. And that we need to always remind ourselves that in everything that we do, we always need to think. We have to be conscious of our choices.
Yeah, I do agree on that. Dan itu juga berpengaruh dengan media yang kita konsumsi juga kan. Nah, kalau dari sisi media dan komunikasi, seberapa besar sih pengaruh menurut Evan, seberapa besar pengaruh media dan komunikasi tersebut dalam meningkatkan public awareness tentang protecting the climate gitu di kedua negara ini?
In terms of media and communication, of course, people are on their phones every single day nowadays. Like, screen time average-nya udah berapa ya? 10. Untuk aku sendiri udah 14 kayaknya minggu ini. Menakutkan sih. Tapi that's exactly why we need to be able to market this information digitally. We need to be able to reach these people. Like, I know a lot of people who are using their platforms to raise awareness. I have friends who are raising awareness about mental health, and we need to do more, especially in terms of for the climate itself. And then I think we have a lot of activists gitu, seperti Greta Thunberg back in 2019. They would have, of course, raising awareness, causing strikes, and we need to continue to educate ourselves on the pressing issues, especially.
Yep, that's so true. And then kalau bagaimana pentingnya kolaborasi antara kolaborasi internasional in this case dalam mengatasi perubahan iklim. Terus apa sih yang bisa dilakukan lebih baik dalam hal ini?
I think when you ask that question, one of the examples comes to mind wherein the United Nations and including the Philippines and Indonesia has been working to preserve marine life and marine resources in
Hmm.
general. So of course, we're working together on that front and then being able to remind ourselves that all kinds of life on this earth are very important, of course, and that being able to preserve them is in the country's entitlement. That each country, of course, has to offer more to its people, and that if we work together globally, we'll be able to, of course, mengatasi this issue. And I think that a lot of the technology that we also share nowadays, the ones I've mentioned before, have come from the ideas of everyone around the globe, from Germany and from America especially. So we are able to develop more because of that kind of collaboration. So working together with other countries and being able to see how what we can offer to them as well, we can continuously improve. I think another example, actually, if you'll let me talk a little bit more, is that
Go for it, go for it.
the Indonesia, we used to export so much coal to the Philippines, especially, and Philippines would use up so much of it. But ever since we've implemented a new policy, we've reduced, of course, the carbon emissions through selling less coal overall. So now we export other kinds of products, and through that, we're able to cut down. And so, thinking about the economy, of course, and being able to trade with other countries, we need to realize what we're selling, or maybe something that we're exporting can hurt other countries as well. So we need to support them in a way that can improve all of our lives, especially globally.
Yeah. Oh, that's that's a really good example about the
Yeah.
coal situation before. Terus ini pertanyaan terakhir, tapi kita belum selesai. Jadi ini cuma kayak teaser untuk selanjutnya. So dari Kak Evan sendiri, apa sih ada harapan nggak untuk masa depan upaya perlindungan lingkungan dan mitigasi perubahan iklim, both in Indonesia and in the Philippines?
I think my biggest hope is that we have more podcasts and like this especially where we're talking and raising awareness about environmental issues. I love listening to the episodes that you've had before, that you've been able to talk with other people from different companies, from different walks of life. Itu perspektifnya beda-beda ya. So being able to talk about it more, especially in this digital world, we're constantly receiving information from different ends of the globes. Like I'm talking to my friends in America, but they're telling me about their issues, their environmental issues, and everybody is raising awareness with the resources that they have. Nowadays, everybody can be activists, everybody can talk about this kind of information. We have all the access that we need. And so it's a shame kalau kita nggak menggunakan oportunitas ini untuk raise awareness in general. So hopefully that even people in the smaller communities, people who are of course in bigger positions, they'll be able to talk about this issue.
Benar banget. Oh my God. Okay. Thank you so much for answering our question. Tapi kita belum selesai karena jadi di Conversation ada segmen 3. Segmen 3 ini as an entertainment switch, biar kita nggak serius-serius amat ngomongin topik-topik serius, kita bisa mengakhiri podcast kita dengan on a lighter note. So di sini aku mau minta Kak Evan untuk main jawab cepat. There will be 2 options for you, and just don't think, pas lihat langsung ngomong aja. So first, ini trial. So formatnya bakal kayak gini. Aku bakal kasih dua options, and then I will go pantai atau gunung. 1, 2, 3. Habis itu Kak Evan bisa jawab. So coba dulu, pantai atau gunung. 1, 2, 3.
Pantai.
Okay. Kayak gitu. Habis itu I'll continue to the other questions. Okay, siap?
Ya, siap.
Okay. Oke, mulai. Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no.
Okay,
No. Choicesnya juga susah banget.
okay. So a bit technical difficulty for the audience at home. Sebetulnya itu harusnya foto chicken adobo, tapi Canva berkata lain. Jadi di sini tetap choicesnya adalah chicken adobo atau semur daging. 3, 2, 1.
Semur daging. Enak banget.
Okay.
Oh, I love semur daging.
Okay, next one. Botol minum plastik atau botol minum besi? 1, 2, 3.
Botol minum besi. Pasti.
Okay. Okay. Oh my God. Kayaknya Canva
Lagi ini ya.
moodnya lagi jelek. Jadi kita lanjut aja. Fokus ke tulisannya.
Iya,
Yang
siap.
ada kopi pahini dan kopi tubruk. 1, 2, 3.
Kopi tubruk.
Oh, oke. Nah, kalau ini di sini aku mau tanya sedikit nih. Kopi pahini itu apa sih?
Sebenarnya Kak, saya masih kurang tahu. Tapi katanya
Oh,
tubruk
oke.
itu was so nice, that aesthetic gitu. Tubruk
Oke.
tulisnya. Jadi saya cuma
Oke.
pilih. Sorry Kak.
It's alright, it's alright. Tapi kayak pas aku bikin rada kepo aja kayak, oh ini tuh kopinya Filipina gitu ya. Jadi kayak, oke. Oke, next one. Tote bag bahan kanvas atau tote bag bahan goni? 3, 2, 1.
Tote bag bahan kanvas.
Oke.
I love
Kita lanjut.
membuat desainnya on it.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Yeah, the best.
Oke. Terjadi lagi di Canva. Kafe modern atau bangunan kolonial? 1, 2, 3.
Kafe modern.
Oke.
Karena
Udah
kayaknya aku masih agak Gen Z gitu ya, yang masih baru-baru mau yang modern-modern kayak gitu.
lebih ini ya, lebih biar nggak nginget-nginget masa lalu lah ya. Jadi kita yang
Iya.
modern-modern aja gitu.
Betul. Look to the future gitu nih.
Iya. Next one. Lumpia Filipin atau lumpia Semarang? 3, 2, 1.
Lumpia Filipina. Aduh, enak banget di sini. I'm so sorry, tapi so good. Aku
Itu
intinya cuma
apa
lumpia.
tuh? Bedanya apa tuh?
Jadi lumpia Filipina kayaknya sausnya sih. Oh sorry, lumpia Filipina
Oh.
itu memang and the way apa ya, yang caranya mereka goreng itu it's so good. Tapi lumpia Semarang itu juga enak banget. Sorry, I
Nggak
love
perlu
both, tapi
nggak perlu
I'm
dijustify kok.
addicted.
Nggak apa-apa.
Yeah.
Tapi kayak kepo aja kayak, oh perbedaannya tuh gitu. Oke, so it's the sauce ya.
Yeah.
Oke, next one. Nah, menanam pohon di daratan atau menanam terumbu karang di laut? 3, 2, 1.
Menanam terumbu karang di laut. I love
Oke.
corals.
Iya, itu
Especially
juga.
back in Manado, kita banyak sekali. We used to have a lot of corals di dekat-dekat Bunaken gitu. Oh,
That's so nice. Yes, sih. Okay. Thank you so much for your time. That's the
thank you
end
so
of
much.
segmen 3. So now, bentar, aku stop sharing dulu. Oke, thank you so much Kak Evan buat waktunya, buat sharing ke kita so much information. Ini juga pertama kali The Conversation mendapatkan tamu dari salah satu PPI yang ada di di ini berarti yang pertama kali from Philippines. Oke.
I'm honored.
We're also honored. So, to end our session, aku boleh minta Kak Evan untuk sharing pesan-pesan atau ajakan atau harapan Kak Evan terhadap climate guardians, which are our audience, Roxy's audience, akan mengedepankan perubahan iklim atau cara untuk mulai dari mana sih gitu.
I think for all of our wonderful climate guardians, I hope especially that you will continue to talk about it, that you will continue to share all this wonderful information, keep listening, keep supporting this wonderful podcast, and then especially to remember that to never lose hope. A lot of people lose hope all the time because it feels like nothing is happening, but change is happening and change will come. Jadi, starts with you, and make sure that you continue to support the people who are helping the issue.
Oh my
Thank you so
God,
much.
that's so
Thank
nice.
you Kak Evan.
Thank you guys. Thank you semuanya.
Oke,
Amel, sebelum lupa nih, kan tadi udah dibilang bakal ada giveaway. Apa tuh? Gimana cara dapetin giveaway-nya dan berapa hadiah?
oke. Ini kita udah berapa kali kayak mau nutup tapi nggak jadi. Tapi yang ini beneran jangan ditutup dulu ya guys. Soalnya ini giveaway. Jadi Climate Guardians dan juga teman-teman yang dari the Philippines bisa ikutan dengan ke nonton episode ini sampai habis dan kasih tahu kita kesan-pesan on what you think about this episode di Instagram stories kalian. Jadi di Instagram story kalian bisa screenshot or uh, apa namanya kirim linknya in the stories as well as kesan-pesan kalian. Apa sih yang kalian dapat dari episode ini atau apa sih yang paling berkesan dari episode ini? Misal kayak segmen 3 ternyata Kak Evan lebih suka semur daging daripada chicken adobo gitu. Nah, itu bisa ditaruh di Instagram story kalian. Jangan lupa mention roxy.earth. Sekali lagi jangan lupa mention roxy.earth. Nanti yang menang bisa berkesempatan untuk diberikan hadiah total Rp300.000. Jangan sampai kelewatan. Okay. So that's it from us. Thank you so much again Kak Evan atas waktunya. Thank you
So
Sam
much.
juga as co-host. And see you again next time. Saving our
Saving our tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
See you tomorrow.
Gimana Climate Guardians? Seru banget kan ngobrol-ngobrol bareng Kak Evan tadi? Nah, kalau kamu mau nonton episode lainnya, kamu bisa klik link di deskripsi di bawah. Sampai jumpa di episode selanjutnya. Saving our tomorrow.
Bye-bye.